Hello and welcome to episode 1 of this Mark II Burnley career mode, where we have a new manager in replacing Sean Dyche. We've got a guy called Johnny Briggs, or whatever he's called. He's going to be the new manager, and we're going to have a 4-match game. We're going to have up to 3 matches, maybe originally, maybe a 4th as well, with the draw of the League Cup coming up. We have done a little bit of business in the transfer market up until the start of the season. Che Adams, Callum Hudson and Jared Bowen have all come in from Birmingham, Chelsea and Hull respectively. We've sold a few players, of course. Adam Wedgkins could be on his way. It's been offers for Pope, Tarkowski, but there is one significant piece of news that Nick Pope will be our new goalkeeper next season. That I can categorically, if there's such a word, agree on. But those are the 3 that we've bought in so far. It's obviously a Doy for the future, and obviously Bowen and Che Evans as backup. But this was always going to be a tough test. So the first of potentially 4 highlights of 4 games come against Southampton. We of course are under the managership of Ralph Huijsenhüttel, and of course we play Europa League. But it's to St Mary's we go for the first match of the season. Burnley against Southampton. 3 points, really essential. Welcome to St Mary's, a rainy St Mary's for Burnley's first match of the season. And Southampton, their opponents, under the stewardship, I should say, of Ralph Huijsenhüttel. We've got an opportunity here. Let's look at the Southampton team. McCarthy in goal for them. And it's a back 5 of Valeri, Bedenek, Vestergaard, Yoshida and Matt Targett. And then Højbjerg and Lemina in the midfield, the 2 holding midfielders. Then Redmond, Danny Ings up front, and Elanusi leading the line. So quite a defensive formation there picked by Huijsenhüttel. New captain Ashley Barnes as captain now in place of Tom Heaton, who's now dropped to the bench now because Nick Pope is now the new goalkeeper for Burnley, new number 1. Back 4 of James Tarkowski, Matt Lowton, Ben Mee and Charlie Taylor. Gudmundsson, Defoe, Cork and McNeil in the midfield, and Wood and Barnes up front. No place for the new signings, Che Adams and Jared Bowen, but they're on the bench. Here come Burnley, coming forward here, Chris Wood, opportunity, deflection of Vestergaard, and it will be a corner. Returned by the Kiwi, New Zealander. Good block there by Vestergaard, turning it away for a Burnley corner, which Johan Berg Gudmundsson will be preparing to take. Plenty forward in white, as you would expect. Gudmundsson's corner towards Jack Cork, who heads over the top. Presentable opportunity. First real clean-cut opportunity of the game. Fell for Jack Cork, who in the end heads it over the crossbar. Given away now. Here's Lemina on the break. Redmond, Højbjerg, and Redmond's continued to run, and he's onside. It's Nathan Redmond. Oh, what a save! What a save that was by Nick Pope. Really was good drop draw goalkeeping, and now at the other end, McNeil trying to get Burnley away. Now it's come to Barnes. Barnes has got away from his man. It's Ashley Barnes now. Oof. Well, both teams in an instant had chances each. First of all, Redmond at one end, well saved by Nick Pope, and then the final finish there from Barnes just over the top. Here's the 4. Good. Purples will run down the right, but it's headed away. Now Cork, the former Southampton player, to hit one. Oh, good save, but Wood will follow up to score. Burnley have struck the first blow of the game. Tough luck on the goalkeeper who made a fine save. You may well find here, tipping it onto the post. It was the faintest of fingertips that took it onto the post. But Chris Wood, close at hand, stuck it away. In fact, it was a great attempt even by McCarthy to even try and save the second one, which he failed to do, but not by much, I can tell you. But Burnley are in front. Chris Wood off the mark, and so are Burnley. They lead 1-0. Here's Cork. Last couple of minutes of what's been an eye-octane first half, and now Wood again, trying to better what he did early on in the first half. He put it in from a rebound, and almost prodded in again. McCarthy, it's fair to say, with his, he was very unlucky there to concede the goal when he did, because he played okay up until that point. He was just a little bit unfortunate, and he was a bit unfortunate on the rebound too, it's got to be said. Cork. Not the best hit in the world, but there goes the half-time whistle. I think Burnley will be quite chuffed with that performance. Southampton did show one or two airy moments when Redmond got one-on-one with Nick Pope, but Pope saved well with his legs. But it's Chris Wood's goal that's deciding things after 28 minutes. Half-time here at St Mary's. Southampton 0, Burnley 1. The fall. Trying to get white shirts in behind that Southampton defence. Now Ashley Barnes to hit one. Good save. Well, Ashley Barnes striking really well there, but not for the first time this afternoon. Alex McCarthy making a magnificent save. All Burnley get for that enterprise is a corner. Gudmundson's going to take it. In it goes into the mix. Good header. Good save. Ashley Barnes again. And this is Wood to score. An hour gone. And Chris Wood doubles Burnley's money. There's the ball through. The flag stayed down. There was no offside. Wood struck it from all of 20 odd yards. And not even the brilliant Alex McCarthy could get anywhere near this one. It's a terrific strike. And it finds the net. And Burnley have got themselves that 2-goal buffer they desperately wanted. And Wood gets his second. And Burnley get their second. And Ashley Westwood replaces Stephen Defoe for the remainder of this game. Chance to see two new faces in the Burnley side. Off comes Gudmundson and Chris Wood. And on comes Che Adams in place of Wood. And in place of Gudmundson, young Jared Bowen. Yoshida. Valeri. Now McCarthy with a clearance away. Cut out. Here's a chance for Che Adams. Gets his shot in. There was a foul in the build-up, in fact, by Che Adams. And a yellow card is being shown. I think Yoshida was the man who was fouled. And Che Adams into the action immediately and fouling Yoshida there. How the referee saw that as an advantage in the first place, I don't know. But it's going to prop it for Burnley here as the ball, as Adams goes up, and then the header's up behind again for another corner. As Burnley look to try and finish this game now, final quarter of an hour. Gudmundson's corner, goalkeeper's punch. Tarkowski blocked. And Tarkowski again blocked away, and McCarthy just about gets it out. Oh, good play by McNeil. He's had a good game. Che Adams, good save. Really good hit there from the Bournemouth Birmingham City man. Hit it well. But McCarthy, diving away to his left, made a marvellous save. And if it wasn't for him, Burnley would have probably run up a cricket score. That's how good he's been this afternoon. Southampton fans looking frustrated. I've just seen a picture of the Burnley fans absolutely delighted about this. 3 points sealed, signed and delivered. Or even signed, sealed and delivered. Come up towards the final knockings of the game. Vestergaard, Lamina, and again giving away this time McNeil to Barnes. With the 3 minutes of stoppage time, here goes McCarthy. And we're just seconds away now from the end. And Southampton will be pleased to hear the whistle, at their fans boo their side off the field. Not a good day for Southampton. Beaten quite comfortably in the end, but it may have been different at 0-0 when Nathan Redmond got one-on-one with Nick Pope, but Nick Pope made a good save. And then soon after, Chris Wood, after Jack Cork's shot had been tipped onto the post, Wood knocked in the rebound and then knocked in the second one clean through on the hour, broke the offside trap, There were plenty of other chances for Che Adams to make it 3, but couldn't do so. But Burnley off to a good start. It's finished Southampton 0, Burnley 2. And a terrific start there for Burnley. 2-0 winners over Southampton. Takes us top on goal difference from Watford and Manchester City. Crystal Palace also have 3, and Spurs also have 3 points as well, at Everton, West Ham and Liverpool completing the rest. But a great double there for Chris Wood. Some really good goalkeeping as well, I felt, by Pope. Certainly at 0-0 when Redmond got through there and he made a magnificent save. So Burnley really off to a winning start now. Now it's our second match of 4, or potentially 4, in this episode, where we go to Turf Moor for the first time. And waiting in the wings is second place Watford. So an early top versus second clash here at the Turf. Watford, of course, winning 2-0 in their match, in their first match, looking to follow suit as well. Will a 100% record go, or will we keep our winning run going? Burnley against Watford, coming up now. Well, Burnley start their first home game here with a win behind them against Southampton, of course. Now can they follow it up with an opportunity here to beat Watford here at Turf Moor? Well, Nick Pope starts in goal for the Clarets, then it's Lowton, Tarkowski, me and Taylor, the usual back four. Goodmanson, Dufour, Cork and McNeil keep their places, along with Wood and Barnes, which means no place in the starting 11 again for Jared Bowen or Che Adams. As for Watford, well, they line up with Ben Foster in goal for England goalkeeper, then it's Bamina, Cababzelli, Yahi and Holibas, and it's Hughes, Capu, Decorian, Pereira, Defoe and Troy Deeney up front. Andre Gray, the former Claret, amongst the substitutes.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Cork. Wonderful sunlit afternoon here. Dwight McNeil. Cork making the overlapping run, and he's found him. Cork's ball in towards Barnes. Oh, the goalkeeper made a hatch of it and he's got in. Ashley Barnes will claim the goal. It's his first goal of the season. But it was a calamity really from Ben Foster, who never really seems to do that well at Turf Moor when he comes with visiting sides. Totally made a hash of it, went right through his legs. Barnes' header was quite tame, to be quite honest with you. Straight at the goalkeeper, hit his leg and then went right underneath his legs and his body, and it trickled agonisingly for the goalkeeper into the back of his net. But it's Ashley Barnes who will claim the goal. The new skipper scores his first of the season. Now Defoe. Good purposeful run. Oh, good effort. Struck that well enough, the Belgian. Did really well. Got the hammer down, got his shot off, but just wide of the target. Not far away there. The kick is taken by Ben Foster. Olivas, Pereira. Olivas once again. Decora. Etienne Capu. Deeney. Nice little move this from Watford. They're playing the ball around in good passing moves. There's a foul there as the ball is struck and it's gone behind. And Jack Court's going to be spoken to by the referee, and in fact he's going to be booked. And that was the challenge on Will Hughes, and it was a very untimely one. Bass. And again. Right. Oh, he's lost it. Here's Gudmundsson. He's through now, but the tango is tight. Gets his shot off and it's palmed away by the goalkeeper, and then Gudmundsson shoots wide from the second follow-up, which goes wide. Inside the final 3 minutes of the first half of stoppage time, Watford have got a corner to finish the half with. Now what can they cook up here before the end of the first half? It's going to be Will Hughes to Slide this one in. This is the last chance. A little flick. Still might fall for Olivas. Good tackle. Olivas again. There goes the whistle. Burnley lead at half time thanks to a very fortuitous goal scored by Ashley Barnes. Ball clipped in towards the near post into the middle. Barnes got his header. It was a tame header, but it went through Ben Foster's legs. And that goal after 16 minutes from Ashley Barnes separates the two teams. Half time, it's Burnley 1, Watford 0. Well, we're 7 minutes into the second half, and still remains 1-0. Here's Cork now. Good ball to Dwight McNeil. He did really well, and he stayed on side. There's his cross, and there's the header from Ashley Barnes, and that is a magnificent save. You have to say, from Ben Foster, Barnes must be something like 17 yards out when he heads this, and Foster at full stretch there probably makes up for his earlier mistake, which led to Barnes' goal, and he did really well. Here comes the corner. Taylor following up, and he hits it into the Jimmy McElroy stand for a goal kick. And now we're gone. Here's the 4. Purples will run again. There's the shot deflected off the defender. It will be a corner to Burnley. The 4 not afraid to shoot on sight. Got the deflection. Off comes Dwight McNeil. And on comes the Irishman, Robbie Brady. And it's going to be Brady with his twist touch to swing the corner in. Towards Ashley Barnes off the line. Now then, Tarkowski. Well, there was the second header by Tarkowski that just cleared the bar. Cork off. Westwood on is the substitution now for Burnley, their second one of the game. Bolton's free kick, Goodmanson. Ben Mee. Taylor. Well dummied. Here's Lowton. Did quite well. Good cross back. Brady's header. Bit wayward the header towards goal. It was meant towards the target. Goodmanson's shot side netted. Just seen the value of a shot on a turn by Johan Berg Goodmanson. It's Watford's turn to come forward with Deeney. Now then, Bruzera, the substitute. Decora, Capu. Etienne Capu, Decora hits it over, and a little escape there for Burnley. Just seen for a moment there that it looks as if they're going to get the equaliser as Isaac's Success now replaces Troy Deeney for the remainder of the game. Off comes Chris Wood, no goal for him today, and another opportunity for Che Adams to see what he can do in the same amount of time as Isaac Success has. Well, we're into stoppage time now. Ball played into the area again. Success turns and shits wide, and there goes the final whistle. Well, in the end, Burnley get the win, not without a wobble or two. Could have won it by more in truth, but having said that, Watford had their chances, and especially the one at the end that fell to Isaac's Success. But that scrappy goal early on in the first half, but a tame header from Barnes went through the goalkeeper's legs, and it trickled into the net. That 16th minute goal has done it for Burnley. Could have been a lot more, but it's finished here. Burnley 1, Watford 0. Well, a embarrassing moment there for Ben Foster, which has enabled us to take 3 points. Could have easily won by more. Watford had chances towards the end, but it came unstuck. So we're now still in second. We're off the top, but we're still on goal difference. But we have a 100% record, still unbeaten, and that's really all that matters now as we go into our third game, or potentially 4. And a marvellous game it proved to be as well. It's brief highlights. It's the game between ourselves and Fulham. We go down to our second away match of the game of the season, and that's against Fulham. A big game really. Fulham nearly promoted, of course, from the Championship, and a real opportunity there. And they lie in 19th place going into this game. Burnley's team unchanged from their first 2 games. We join the match in the first Burnley are in claret. There is no score. Here's good Gummerton dispossessing Brian. Now Cork. Beautiful sunlit afternoon here at Craven Cottage. And look at Dwight McNeil. What a good run. McNeil towards Wood. 1-0. Never a doubt. Header down. The goalkeeper maybe got a little feather of a glove on it. But he still couldn't stop it going into the back of the net. And Chris Wood gets his third goal already this season. And Burnley off and running with 18 minutes gone here at Craven Cottage. There's the cross. The ball headed in. And in fact the goalkeeper there should do better for me. Really bad goalkeeping that. And it's straight at him in truth. Goes through his arm. Goes through his left arm. And in the net it goes. So not really a good start there for Fulham, but a terrific one nonetheless for the Clarets, who lead after 20 minutes. Here's Mitrovic. Well, he was turned and taken out there by Jack Cork. Free kick to Fulham. Yellow card for Cork. Colin Chambers having one or two words to say. The former Arsenal man. And the free kick. Ryan Babel behind it. Too far out maybe for a shot. So it looks as if Babel will float that into the danger zone. And it's Brian's header and a good save in the end by Nick Pope. And there's the second from Dwight McNeil. Good ball by Defoe into the path of Goodmanson across the face of the goal, and Dwight McNeil makes it absolutely safe now. Going into half time, latter stages of the first half. Again, the goalkeeper could have saved it, but he didn't quite make it. And Burnley will go into half time with a 2-goal buffer. McNeil getting the second. Wilton. Barnes deflected and wide. And behind for a corner. Hit this well, Ashley Barnes. But it got the defender off the chest. McNeil's corner. Tarkowski. And Defoe can't get there. Now Barnes. McNeil making a break on the left. And that's a good ball. He's got Chandler's waiting in the centre. Oh, it's come off the defender and past Rico. And Burnley go 3 up. Bit of good fortune there for the Clarets. Came off the defender. And with 7 minutes almost left to play, Burnley have won the match. McNeil are getting involved. There's the cross, and it comes clearly there, as you can see, off a defender. There it is. It was in a catch-22 situation anyway, because if he had missed it, you're happy. The defender, Chandler's would have got it, as we see Jared Bowen come on now to replace, Ashley Westwood, coming on now to replace Jack Cork. So 3-0 to the Clarets, and on course for 9 points out of 9. Here's Abraham, and straight into Kearney. Chambers, Babel played in and over. Sessignon with the final effort. And got very much underneath it. Here's Bowen. Chance here to make it 4. Jared Bowen hits the bullseye. Well, it's a case for Jared Bowen of super smashing great as Burnley extend the lead to 4-0. And look at Briggs, the manager. He can't believe his luck. Final minute, and Jared Bowen, no relation to old Jim, of course, the late great Jim of Bowen, of course, but he certainly hit the bullseye there, and that was a super smashing finish by the youngster that Burnley have signed from Hull. Great goal. And we're now into the final few seconds, the final minute of the 3, and here's Bowen again. Still Jared Bowen. Babel intercepts, and there goes the full-time whistle. Well, what a game that was. Burnley win, and win quite well. Wood got the first one, Then McNeil got the second one. The third was for fortuitous own goal, and then at the end, young Jared Bowen made it 4, and did really well since coming on as a substitute there. And he certainly, like his namesake, the late great Jim Bowen, he certainly hit the bullseye there in that final minute. But Burnley, 9 points out of 9, and another 3 today. It's finished here. Fulham 0, Burnley 4. And 3 points, which takes us now top, and Burnley now have the only 100% record remaining in the Premier League after 3 matches. Spurs and Manchester City are up there. Fulham bottom with a goal difference of -7, having lost all 3 games. And Arsenal there, as you saw, 4th from bottom, and problems afoot for Omar Emery. Now we've got a cup tie. Now we've got cup tie at football to finish off. A highlights of a really great League Cup game, as it turned out, between Burnley and Chelsea. Burnley, of course, never winning the League Cup. Chelsea, of course, have won this competition on no fewer than 5 occasions, and they had an opportunity here, Burnley, to really upset the odds. They had to do it away from home, obviously, and they faced Chelsea. It was always going to be a tough ask, but it was doable, as we see Dan Adji there almost being sold. So let's join the game at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea away from home at Chelsea. Let's see if we can pull off the upset and knock out the Blues. Well, Burnley and Chelsea going well in the league. Burnley unbeaten. I've got a 100% record domestically in all competitions this season. 3 Premier League wins out of 3, and now face a Chelsea team that will want to put things right here for Maurizio Sarri. Higuain and Hazard and Willian are the players to watch. Willy Caminero gets the nodding goal. Look at that front 3. And not a bad midfield 3 either of Rabal, Jorginho and Kovacic either. But Burnley made of sterner stuff these days, under the stewardship of fresh captain Ashley Barnes. Make no changes. It's the same 11 that took to the field and beat Fulham not too far down the road from here just 3 days ago. Consistency really is the key. But Burnley going very, very well, and keeping a settled side even at this early stage of the season is essential to them.
Thank you, Stamford Bridge. Enjoy the game.
Me. Giving away this time. Kovacic now takes over. Falling there towards Higuain. Ben Mee covering back, and I think there might have been a covering defender, which I think might just save Ben Mee. Under normal circumstances he would have been sent off, but the referee erred on the side of caution, and I think he was probably right to do so. There were 2, maybe 3 covering defenders. Anyway, Alonso's up behind this one, and it's Alonso. Oh, it's headed almost off the line. Well, that could have been a great moment for Chelsea. Now it's Barnes on the break. Into 4 on the right. Oh, he's got past the defender. It's Steven Defoe. Well, what a moment there. What a 60 seconds. Alonso coming close with a 3 kick at one end, and then Defoe firing over at the other. And Kovacic. Well, that was a real good opportunity set up by Higuain, but Kovacic got very much underneath it with his right foot. Caminero's kick coming up towards the final 10 minutes of the first half. McNeil, good try. Oh, what a save! Well, Willy Caminero take a bow, and so too Dwight McNeil. Lovely drag back to get it under control. Lovely, remarkable skill, and he's hit that true, he's hit that pure, he's hit that well, but Caminero up to the challenge, and it remains 0-0. Gudmundsson, Wood, Defoe making a good little break, and it's Defoe this time. Scored! He scored a beauty! It was a well-worked Burnley goal, and the finish was sublime. Inside the near post, Caminero could do little about it, swerves a little bit, dips a bit, and does for the goalkeeper. Marvellous moments that for the Clarets. Defoe strikes just before the break. Willian. Kovacic back to Willian again. And there goes the whistle for half time, and it's a happy one for Burnley. And their charismatic player Stephen Defoe with an absolute bullet shot just to the right of the penalty area, struck from 20 yards, gives Burnley the lead at half time in this second round League Cup tie. It's Chelsea 0, Burnley 1 at half time. Cork. Jack Cork deflected, and it will be a corner. It's his former club. It's okay. Gets a deflection. Cabinero looked a little flat-footed. Burnley corner. Gumberson to take that corner. Here it comes. Into the area once more. There's the ball away. McNeil! Oh, what a save again! Well, McNeil against Cabinero, part 2. And once again, a terrific effort from McNeil. And again, well responded to by the goalkeeper. Here's Barnes. Go through. No foul. No foul. And here goes Chelsea. Looking to hit back. Kale gets it forward. Burnley have it now with McNeil. Oh, a little careless there from Dwight McNeil. Could have just forced the issue that little bit better. It still remains 1-0. Here's Rabau. Rabau in field. Here he is again. Rabau now. And a chance, and it's wide of the target. Hazard shot. He's usually very, very accurate, but not on this occasion. Into the last 17 minutes. Here's Higuain, and Williams to spare man. Oh, well blocked by Nick Pope. Well, this goalkeeper has done extraordinarily well, and now Barnes on the chase, and KO saw him off. Now Rabau. Kovacic to Hazard. Quarter of an hour left, and it's Hazard. Oh, I thought he might have gone on a bit more there. Brilliant missed opportunity there, maybe for the Belgian. Another missed opportunity there for Burnley on the counter-attack. Couldn't find McNeil. Now, Robert Brady, sorry. Here's Brady, and now Barnes! Double good strike that just goes wide. Burnley not afraid to shoot on side. In fact, it hits the defender and goes behind for a corner. There's Giroud replacing Higuain. And here's Che Adams coming on as well. That corner is swung into the danger zone once again. Chris Wood was the man he replaced. Then the volley back there. Willian. Now Hazard. Did well, Giroud. And here's Hazard once again. Lovely football this from Chelsea. The ball played in. Pope with a decisive fist, but not very far. But there goes the free kick. In fact, has been given. Free kick in fact has been given, and off comes Kovacic, and on in his place the former Barcelona player Pedro. Well, we're into the last few seconds now. Just a couple of minutes for stoppage time to go. Oh, there's a chance for Giroud, but he couldn't get it under control. Burnley look as if they're going through to the third round of the League Cup, which they are. A terrific away performance by Johnny Briggs's Clarets. They shake hands, the two managers. The Burnley fans rejoice, and Burnley's tremendously brilliant flying start continues. Stephen Defoe with the winning goal, which separated a very, very lively but sometimes at times dull game, but it didn't matter. Stephen Defoe with the goal that mattered, and Burnley have snatched another victory. They've knocked Chelsea out by a 0-0. So a tremendous result for Burnley, though, although it was a little bit nerve-wracking against a very, very tough, disciplined Chelsea side. But they got the job done and are through to the next round of the Cup. As we look at the league table, just to remind you that Burnley are on top. In fact, Crystal Palace joined them on 9 points now. From the that's revised from beforehand. So Palace winning their match, and they're going into second place. And when Burnley do play Crystal Palace later on in the season, if they're all still up there by then, it could well be a humdinger. Arsenal still at the bottom there. Manchester United are only 11th at the moment, which is quite something. And the draw for the next round of the Cup has pitted us away from home again. We play Leicester City. Manchester United are at home to Watford. And in fact, Manchester City won on penalties. Liverpool got through. Manchester United got through. And one or two other teams got through. But a great performance though. As I say, we're away at Leicester City in the next round. And what a game that could prove to be. Birmingham have got a pub tie there against Liverpool. Newcastle and Arsenal. Grimsby travel to Tottenham, and what a game that is at Selhurst between Crystal Palace and West Ham. Well, that brings us to the end of our first episode. I hope you very much enjoyed it. And just to catch up on there was a couple of extra players in. Max Aarons joins from Norwich, the right back. He joins very cheap, and Eris Berardi has joined. The Macedonian has come in, and he costs about £11 million, and that concluded the transfer business for the summer for Johnny Briggs. So some great signings there, some good young signings that'll get the edge of the team down. But that's it for episode 1. Join us again for episode 2, where we'll bring you highlights of 3 games, including Manchester United at home, away at Molineux against Wolverhampton Wanderers, which will be our mini match, and then finishing off with that Europa League European Tour at home to Seville. What 3 games that promises to be. But for me, JB, hit that like button, hit that notifications bell, and we'll join you for episode 2. Bye.